Oh boy. Looks like we're going to be settling in for a long, slow slugfest over the middle of the point. Both teams just flinging shit at each other. Look at that. We're here on Borg Naval Yards. Team 1 Mayonnaise, Team 2 OSP. We got Team Mayonnaise on Team 1. Tornado Madness, Vine, Dragonbender 09, and Imperial. Versus Riders of the Black Horse on Team 2. Captain Chaos, Jamis, Crow, and MungoParker. Looks, wow, okay. Prone to Madness, I see. I like Pronado Madness better. Looks like both teams are just full sending it on the Charlie point. This is one of Hunter's maps. I believe he also made Tumbleweed and Shattered Giant. Down here with the OSP team, we've got Captain Chaos. Can I? Okay, there we go. Could not find my mouse. Captain Chaos, rocking double assault. Man, there's 4 SLs on this team. Okay. Double 450 solos with hard kill and soft kill. They've also got some anti-jam capability and a fair amount of survivability in them. Crow has 1 rail Acello and 1 450 Acello with T20s on the sides and a little bit of Aurora support. No anti-jam capability. Dramus is rocking the Cap fleet with some gun shuttles, a couple of nearly naked shuttles, 3 nearly naked shuttles, a Tals and MLS 2 tug, an Arsenal tug with a Tals on it. Bellboard shuttle. Another Torp tug, of all things. 1 Torp tug. Interesting. Interesting. And pretty standard 250 bulk freighter. It's even got a Sal's on it. Neat. Don't see those very often. MungoParker seems to be rocking double 450 bulkers. Assuming. Yeah, he is facing the wrong side, but that's okay. I'll get flipped around. He's also got some backpack planes and a Bloodhound tug. Go through the ANS fleets now. We got Dragonbender here with double 450 Axfords with pads on the back. Imperial with 1 beam battleship on Shattered Giant. I don't see that very often. Heading towards the middle of the map. He's also got 2 Torp gun capping sprinters. Pronado Madness. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. Has 1 450 Axford with some defenders and locking capability. Also got 2 rail destroyers. Wow, rails on both teams. Okay, okay. That's something else you don't see very often. And 1 Pinard Sprinter. Vine's rocking maybe a cat fleet? Oh, okay. Vine choosing the absolute maximum violence cap fleet here. With no guns. Just missiles. Missiles and defenders. And 1 tug. First frigate. Man, I am all kinds of scatterbrained this morning. Good God. DLS2 Spyglass Defender. 2 defenders. And DLS 1. Quite a bit of hybrids out of Vine. This isn't like a Corv bomber build. This Corv bomber is jury-rigged to be cappers. And now we get to watch the Charlie fight, which the entire game is going to revolve around. We're not going to be needing to spend much time in the cap in the tactical view, because both teams have elected to throw all their shit at the middle of the map. This is just aorta with extra steps. Both teams also launching rails at each other's camping vessels. Almost some grape. Oh man, throwing an expensive ass sprinter like this onto the middle point. I don't know what that one, Chief. I'll be absolutely reveling in the suicidal nature of our players here. Why are people using grape? Probably for the range, actually. Yeah, I think both teams are going to pretty easily deny the Charlie point. Like Anus is grabbing Echo. Oh no, that ship's not as close as I thought it would be. I'm not sure what Imperial's gonna do with this beam battleship. I feel like if you stay out, of course, OSP doesn't really have anything to contest it. They don't have any plasma. 450. Well, a lot of 450 in rails. Maybe they won't need plasma. Whoosh. Which is a nice state for the game to be in, by the way. Once upon a time, plasma was required to deal with the battleship. Really glad that 450 kind of works on him now. It's not amazing, but it's better than nothing. We have another extremely expensive sprinter just gonna die over here without launching any of its missiles. Ow. I think Vine's a little bit overtaxed and isn't paying attention. Might be a little too busy dealing with the fight around Echo. I would very much enjoy this game going to a third match, and if Vine loses all his cappers really fast, that's gonna happen. I guess he hasn't lost any cappers. What happened? Oh, I see. Imperial threw the sprinter onto Charlie. Got it. Let's give me another one in reserve on Bravo. Looks like Vine has figured out he's getting shot. Unfortunately, it's a little too late. That is going to be a lot of 100mm. Wow. SP has the Alpha point and the Delta point. No team able to take Charlie, and no one able to take Echo either, which we don't see that often. Both capping players scuffling over here with their missiles. Trying to get something done. The AM's doing an incredible amount of work for both teams. But OSP does have the ballistic follow-up, which ANS does not. So when the missiles cancel each other out and the guns come out, well, one side's gonna win. It also looks like one of the missiles has landed here on this sprinter, taking out its antenna, which is always painful. Wedge of Lynn. Try to get something done over there on the Echo point. I really want to see where this beam battleship goes. Oh boy. And here we get to the part of the game where the Ocellos get smashed in the 450 duel. Because the experts are just quite a bit better at it at long ranges. Not. Raiders in a whip, yeah, that can orbit dodge. Also, just straight up drop off sensors? Wow, this thing is not spotted at this range. That astounds me. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I have a feeling Imperial's gonna fly through the hole, though. Because that is a very tempting hole. See that and you go, ah, I want to go through that. Oh boy. Looks like we're going to be settling in for a long, slow slugfest over the middle of the point. Both teams just flinging shit at each other. Look at that. Oh yeah, if the beam battleship goes through the hole and then beams all of this, it's immediately over. Experts have seemed to given up their orbit dodging though. Just doing a worse job of it. Rail Destroyer is adding a lot here, I think. I like the 2 Rail Destroyers. What's the top speed on this battleship? 22. Dragonfly Raider. Wow. Yikes. Yikes. Seems like Crow doing a fair bit better job of managing the range and the profiles of their ships. Oh, I know Chaos is eating some fire too. Oh yeah. That's not in great shape. So we got 1 bruised Decello, 1 bruised Axford. Currently out of this brawl. The battleship's doing its damnedest to get over there, but this thing is gonna take... It's gonna take 10 minutes to get over the other side of the map! SP's grabbing the Echo Point now. That could be a big problem for the A&S team. They've got their natural, but they don't have any of the other points on the map. 1 to 2 is not the end of the world on the capping deficit, but 1 to 3 is pretty bad. Very bad position to be in. Yeah, exactly, the XP, that's what I'm saying, like... Even flank burning, 22 MS. How far does he got to go? About 5 kilometers. I don't know what the napkin math on that, but... It's gonna be a while. Hey, Dramus going for the gold on the Charlie point. And that opens up, well, they're not going to capitalize on it. I was about to say that opens up the 450 ships to shoot at the opposing ships unopposed. Because they absolutely have to kill this ship on the Charlie point. Okay, they're coming out from behind the cover now. Yeah, and throwing fire down the field at this 1 Axford up here in orbit. Petroleum Eulogy? Weird name, good name, like the name. 5 to 6 minutes, oh my. Okay, that's 1 to 4. What? Bruh. That is a Prowler Drive Axford with 1 single drive, and it's had its drive shot out, and it is now being shot by 450s and rails. This song makes me feel the same way that the Prowler Axford makes me feel. And no jamming, none. He's broadsiding too, so his signature's massive. A&S trying to get onto that Echo Point and capture it with one of these sprinters. With the MMT and the shuttle here. Another shuttle over here too. We got a little gun shuttle.
The enemy is securing the zone eclipse.
Yeah, OSP gets that Charlie point. Okay, the beam battleship is at the tail end of the runway here. Oh, hey, I can put my camera in here without getting completely fucked by the structure. Thank you. Thank you. Very much for doing that. I don't even know if that's intentional, but thank you. Big shout out to Puppy there. Here comes Johnny! Oh, well, I was expecting to zoom up here and to not be able to fucking see anything. Kind of like if you come over here, you can't see anything. But I can just see through the structure just fine. Beams are here. Beams are on the Acello. Oh, it's on the Acello. It's already damaged. It seemed like it didn't do that much, honestly. Okay, OSP is now going to fire everything they have into this beam battleship. What is going on? Does this thing not have any FPAs? I was not seeing hardly any damage flashing. This thing... Okay, so it was already so beat up that I think this is all just... Okay, there it is. There it goes. That's what I expected. Yeah, unfortunately, routine discipline... It doesn't have 3 FPAs. Really want 4 in a battleship. Why does it have an ammo elevator? Only saw 3. Ah, there's the 4th one. I can't read! Yeah, the OSP has managed to split up. They did lost. You wouldn't download a boat. Oh no. So sad. The piracy device banished to the Shadow Realm. Truly a win for the FBI. But this battleship is now going to die. Yeah, very fast. Pretty cool. You trade one ship for one ship. Unfortunately, one of those ships is like 2,000 points, and one of those ships is like 1,000 points. Which is not very good. Yeah, we should check on what's going on with the rest of the fleet at this juncture. Not a whole lot. ANS has managed to capture the XO point in the meantime, but they are going to lose their sprinter that they sent over there, and OSP is going to be able to recap that quite quickly. Looks like we've got an Axford headed over to the Charlie point. It's a very healthy Axford headed over to the Charlie point to grab it, but ANS can't really support the battleship. It's on its own. Well, I don't think there's much they could have done. Honestly, it's by itself. Especially down here, if they spot it early and they're not in the middle of a fight up top, they can just rotate down and not be seen by all the ships that are up here. And they're just kind of fucked. Yes, this is very classic Beam BB behavior. If he stayed in the tunnel and forced OSP to be afraid but not really be willing to engage it, I think they would have been in big trouble. Although, honestly, you can just, like, back away and then rotate down. I don't know. I think there's a way to do a push through the tunnel like that with a beam battleship, but that is very much not the way. Because you just get surrounded and smashed. Now, 2 months ago, this would have slaughtered this comp. But times have changed. It's gonna take a long time for OSP to kill this. They're gonna lose Charlie in the meantime, but they have a massive point lead. Like one of the bulkers is trying to hold on to the Bravo point, the Delta point rather. This has a capping advantage, but I don't think it's going to be much longer for this world. It looks like... I don't know how this ship is still alive. Oh, that does not have a gun. There's one gun, and it's out of arc. I see. That's how this ship is still alive. Is that 350 slug being fired at this thing and missing horribly? Oh, I see. That's just the network situation. Argaribdus, that's what they call me. Oh, wow. Fine, able to go through the bottom of the map and grab the alpha point, too. Cap advantage is part of the survivability onion. Yeah, we're gonna have to put that on the list. The battleship is... It's not dead yet. It's heading in that direction very quickly. I think at this point you just park one of the 450 bulkers on it and then just play the game as normal. Looks like Crow and Mungo might be trying to make a push through the center here with a rail ship and a 450 bulker. I think seeing a rail ship through the tunnel is a bad idea. But there's only one way to find out. Situation at the beginning of the game has flipped itself on its head. It's now 4-1 in ANS's advantage.
We are contesting clips.
Amos having to pull the MMT forward to get some 100 mil in arc to punch through. Finish off that sprinter. I think the Rubicel is going to be in a good point to finish off the group. Oh, really? Can't detect it at this range. I guess it's about 8 kilometers away. Good point. Looks like that's exactly what Mungo's doing now. Managed to get over the other side and might be engaging the rail destroyers? No, neither of these are detected. Might just be getting behind the Axfords, which could spell absolute doom for those Axfords. But if he pops up, he's gonna need to do it at a point where the rest of what OSP has is also engaging the opposing front line, because otherwise the same thing's gonna happen to that bulk freighter as what happened to the battleship, where the whole battle line just turns and shoots it. They're still going after the BB. This structure broken too. Okay, now it's dead. And they do have ships in visual range, so they should be able to confirm that. He has resecured Echo. And it still has a strong cap advantage though. Cap lead. They're at a strong points disadvantage. 160 down. Quite painful. And they're kind of losing militarily too. OSP's lost one of the 450 bulkers and a couple shuttles. ANS has lost a beam battleship, most of their sprinters. And all they got left, I mean, what they have left is dangerous. It's just not a lot. And it's about to get a whole lot less dangerous. This 450 bulker blocked one of the rail destroyers and is pumping it full of 100 mil and 450. It's going to go down very fast, although it does actually have some damage control, which you usually don't see on rail destroyers. Manages to shoot out the engine, yeah, and here's where the team fire from the Axfords is going to start happening. Petroleum Eulogy, the world's most dangerous Prowler Axford, getting back in that fight. At this point, OSP has recognized that the battleship is down, and the fight over middle continues again. ANS has really pushed up with these Axfords, so OSP is going to have to engage it, but it looks like they're not really dodging, at least not right now. I think they're starting to. Boink. Anti-cap missiles having to be spent on this 450 bulker. That's one rail destroyer with its gun out. And one rail destroyer with its engine and reactor out. Very expensive repair job. This bulk fighter is wrecking absolute havoc back here. Forcing that team to split up and deal with it instead of have all three Axfords taking the frontline duel. Means the two Ocellos are able to bully this one. Seems like this Ocello, yeah, is also kind of on the side. I want to see what the rail Ocello is up to. Nothing. It can't shoot at anything. Got a whip in it, but yeah, it's not really going anywhere fast. Those guns getting repaired, but the 450 Bulker is down here lying in wait next to the stream of rocks, ready for war. Axford seems to be in a pretty decent spot. It's not taking that much damage. And the Ocello's already really beat up from the earlier fight. Damage one leaves. Not sure if it's going to be engaging that 450 Bulker on the backside, which is might be heading for Bravo. That would be a huge cap. ANS has nothing down here. You know, a little slow about it though. Yeah, only 20. Got a basic drive? Reinforced. Interesting. That's true. That's why I was so curious about what the rails were up to, because ANS's rails are disabled and OSP's rails are just like walking around. I'm not sure why they are where they are. Alright, looks like it's gotten back up and into the fight and able to throw rails down the field. Oh boy, and the other rail axe for rail Ocello has gotten into the flank. Honda's getting auroraed out of the sky. Damn. Oh my god, it's another one. Thank you, Battle Gorega, for your service. I don't know if this music is exactly appropriate for the kind of gameplay we've been seeing today. Because it's been a little slow and sluggy. Well, this game was. But that's okay, it's good music, good music. And I think we might be going on to game 3 here. Because this Axford is now trapped between two bad fights.
The enemy is securing some boxer.
The Fly-By-Night 450 Bulker is going to capture Bravo and hammer one of the other Axfords. They already damaged Axford in the keel while he tries to rotate across the map. Wow, Crow actually ran out of HE. Down to 1 shell. That was a long fight. Baker here is gonna get demolished on its path to Delta. And even if it makes it all the way over to Delta, there's a 250 bulk freighter just hanging out right there. That's a good point. They were missing about a third the fire rate previously. Not used to Ursula's really running out of bullets ever. And Abel here getting rectorinoed by the rails and the flanking. Yeah, it really does. Internal math is a very good way to put it. The fucking cap game on Echo is so silly. Okay, I think DNS team, or Team Mayonnaise rather, recognizing that the game is over and gonna save themselves from getting tuckered out here. That's going to game 3. Wow, only 10,000 on those experts. That is not anywhere near as much as I expect. Less than 10 on the battleship, which is honestly more than I expected.